What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Lots of a cover. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get this video to 150 likes. It'd be very, very much appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button and let's get into the video. So we're going to start off by giving an injury update on Gerard Pique. Now, we all know Gerard Pique was in a bit of a predicament. He had to decide whether he would do surgery on his knee or not. If he didn't, he would be out for around 3 to 4 months. And if he did, his season would have been over. He would have been out for the rest of the season. Now, he saw the doctor yesterday morning. After seeing the doctor this morning, he wanted to assess some of his pros and cons before deciding. This is the situation he's in. Treatment would take 3 to 4 months out, or if he went with the surgery, he'd be done for the whole season. Now, eSport 3 came out first saying that the latest on Gerard Pique, Pique has decided not to have surgery but to continue conservative treatment. So they broke the news. Then followed by that, Javi Mingueza came out saying Pique will be back on the pitch around April 2020-2021. He had the doctor recommended Pique to go through the operation from the treatment room for his injury, but the latter has decided to opt for the conservative treatment. Now, this is a bit of a risky move on Gerard Pique. We all know it's not a hidden fact that Pique's career is coming to an end, specifically at Barcelona as well. And I guess he wanted to get back on the pitch as soon as possible because we all know if he took that whole season out, it'll be one season less for him in his career. Because we all know that we had a center back at Barcelona as well who had the same situation and decided to go with the conservative treatment, and it completely screwed up his career. And that man was, of course, Samuel Umtiti. Just before the World Cup, he had an injury. He decided to go with the conservative treatment so he'd make the World Cup, end up being a World Cup champion, and now his knee has been screwed, and he cannot even play 2 or 3 games, of football. So this is a bit of a risk from Pique. Hopefully he can go through the process properly. And I feel like Koeman knew this from before, because it came out from ESPN when Koeman was talking with the manager from Dynamo Kiev. Koeman, in the conference with the Kiev coach, said before the game that Pique would be out between 4 and 5 months. Barcelona have not officially said this, how long he would be out for, but it was known for a while. So the lip readers kind of read what Koeman was saying to the other coach. He was telling them how Ansu was injured, and he said how Roberto was injured, and then he said how Pique's injured, he's going to be out for 4 to 5 months. So it looks like Pique had let Koeman in advance about his decision, but it broke out yesterday that Pique will be going with the conservative treatment. And I wish Pique a speedy recovery. Hopefully this is the right decision. As we all know, it is coming up to the end of his career. So I guess in his mindset was, let's get this injury out of the way so I can just play a couple of games before I end my career. Hopefully he'll come back with a good knee, because we don't want him to come back with a Samuel Umtiti knee. If then, he'll probably have to retire on the spot, if anything. So he's gone with the conservative treatment. We expect Pique to be back in Barcelona action around April 2020-2021. So he'll be with us for the latter stage of the La Liga, latter stage of the UCL, and it may be the Copa del Rey if it happens. I have no idea what's going on with the Copa del Rey, but Pique should be back before the end of the season. Another center back we're going to talk about is, of course, Ronald Araujo. We all know that he was injured against the Juventus game a few weeks ago. ESPN, especially Morales, came out saying that Araujo will start training with the group very soon and could be ready for the return to action next week. So I don't think he's going to be coming back for the Osasuna game this weekend. He could be eyeing the Ferencváros game midweek. I think that's a good time for him to come back, especially against that kind of type of opponent. But Araujo is now making a full recovery back. Now he can provide us with good depth, because now when he comes back, we'll only have 3 center backs in the like of Lenglet, Oscar Mingueza, and now Araujo. So we'll be 3 strong center backs. If Titi can come back in time as well, he can provide good competition as well, and provide some Lenglet rest as well, because we all know that they're both left-footed, and Oscar Mingueza and Ronald are both right-footed. So that's how Barcelona like to play. The right center back is right-footed, the left center back is left-footed. So it will be a big boost to have Ronald Araujo back. I think his injury was taking a little bit longer than expected. They said 3 or 4 weeks. It's almost been a month now. So it's been a little bit longer than expected, but he should be back. We'll see by the weekend. I don't think he'll make the weekend game against Osasuna, but definitely a possibility to make the Ferencváros game midweek. Now for some transfer news. This wouldn't be a Barca Boy 103 video without the likes of Eric Garcia and Memphis Depay being mentioned. So let's start with Eric Garcia. This is broken from Sport, and of course, I've said this numerous amount of times, Sport are very irreliable, but let's see what they said. They said City have asked for a deal worth 10 million fixed plus 10 million in variables, but Barcelona refused. 1.5 hours before the window ended, Barcelona made an offer of 10 million, 8 million in variables, and City refused. Now, I wanted to point this out because, firstly, we were 2 million shy of getting Eric Garcia when we should have got him in the summer. And it just shows Barcelona's, lack of big club status, because look, City asked for 10 million fee plus 10 million variables. Barcelona said, no, we don't want to give you that. Here's 5 plus 10 million in variables. Here's this plus this. Then before the window closes, they say, okay, we'll come really close to what you want. It just shows Barcelona's lack of big club mentality at this point, and the fact that City refused a 2 million under what they wanted. So that's why I feel like it's going to be very difficult to get him in the winter transfer window, because we all know City want, I think, almost the exact same thing, 10 million fixed, 10 million in variables. Now, will Barcelona get that? I don't know. It depends on, of course, sales of Firpo, Braithwaite, or someone else, whoever we sell. And I do think it will be difficult to bring in Eric Garcia in January, but it is Barcelona's #1 priority. Due to the injury of Gerard Pique and how long he'll be out for, Barcelona have moved Eric Garcia up the priority list, passing Depay now. After Braithwaite's decent performance, they now feel like Depay isn't the #1 target, but Depay is still a target. Now with the Eric Garcia deal, I've seen a lot of people in my comments saying, "Oh, we don't need him because we have Oscar Mingueza, we have Ronald Araujo, we have Koeman, we have Gerard Pique, and we have Todibo." Now, firstly about Todibo, a lot of people don't know about this. I don't think Todibo is coming back to Barcelona. Yes, he's technically on loan, but when you go on loan, you don't put a huge goodbye message on your Instagram and Twitter. That's not how it works. You go on loan, you play minutes, and you come back. Todibo put a huge post out saying, "Oh, thank you Barcelona for all your time. I will miss you. Bye." I think he has a verbal agreement with Benfica that they're gonna 100% activate their buy option of 20 million. I think Barcelona keep that in mind as well for these kind of deals. Like, oh, we know 100% we're getting 20 million from the Todibo deal, so we can spend that right now. And then when we get it, we'll use it in other places. So I think you guys need to start, disregarding Todibo. Maybe we'll bring him back in the future from Benfica. You never know. But right now, Todibo is officially out of Barcelona's plans in my eyes. Now you can look at Oscar Mingueza and Araujo. They're not fully developed. Yes, they're great players. Yes, they have shown promise. But you have to, give them time. There've been a lot of flop center backs at FC Barcelona, and we don't want to take that another risk. Yes, they've shown promise. They need more playing time. Once they get more playing time, then you can see what their true potential is. You can't be calling Mingueza the next Sergio Ramos. Like, come on. After one game, yes, he had a fantastic game. If he does this more and more and more, then we can call him the next Ramos. But right now, we can't really rush to conclusions. Same with Araujo. Araujo's only played a handful of games. Yes, he's played more games than Mingueza. Yes, he's a first-team player. But keep in mind, he's only had like 10 appearances for Barcelona, and a lot of them have been off the bench. So keep that in mind. I think the Eric Garcia deal is still a top priority for Barcelona. I think they will really, really push for him in January. Next target we're going to talk about is, of course, my boy, Memphis Depay. Came out breaking news saying the Barcelona management committee rules out the signing of Depay in January. If there's no income for scales, the priority will be the signing of Eric Garcia or someone on loan. Now, what I want you guys to take from this is that I believe that Barcelona have enough money right now in the bank to sign one player in January. With player sales, we can sign more, but I think Barcelona only right now in the bank have enough money to sign one player. And I think they're going to push for Eric Garcia 100% with the injuries of Pique. I agree with that. I think Eric Garcia should be a signing. But don't sleep on Memphis Depay. I don't think he's going to be completely ruled out in January. I think Koeman is going to be begging for him from Tusquets, from the new president, whoever is elected. He's going to be begging for Depay in January. And I think Depay would really give us that extra boost in the squad and that extra top player to really push for the UCL and La Liga. I do think it's still on the table for Firpo and Braithwaite to leave to fund that deal. But like I said before, Depay is going to cost pennies. He's going to cost absolute pennies. And I think Depay is inevitably going to be coming to Barcelona, whether it's now in the January transfer window or in the summer for free. But it all depends if Koeman's the manager. If Koeman's the manager for the next season, I think Depay will come 100%. If he doesn't, maybe the new manager doesn't want him, or maybe, I don't know, something else will happen. But right now, I think Depay is down in the pecking order. He was at the top before Pique's injury. Now Pique is injured and Eric Garcia has been pushed forward. But I don't think the Depay deal is completely ruled out. This next one's coming in from Sport. Like I said, to take it with a measure of salt. Probably not reliable, but I want to talk about it anyways. And it says, latest news on Riqui. Leeds United manager Marcel Bielsa wants Riqui Puig on loan in January until the end of the season. Puig's agent has already contacted Leeds to assess whether the loan for Riqui Puig could be a possibility. Now, this came out the day before the Dynamo Kiev game. I just want to talk about it because I didn't do a news video on those for a few days now. I think Riqui Puig should do this. I think Riqui Puig should do this because Koeman does not trust him. It's facts. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, I think Riqui Puig is the technically best midfielder in the Barcelona squad, but Koeman doesn't see that. Koeman was playing on the left wing against Dynamo Kiev, and yeah, he still shined. Did you see his outside the foot pass of Jordi Alba for the Griezmann goal? Oh my goodness gracious. It was simply magisterial. Now, I'd rather Riqui Puig go out on loan to Leeds, Premier League, physical Leeds, and maybe he can bulk up a bit, under Bielsa, who plays fantastic football, and get minutes rather than just sitting on Barcelona's bench and playing on the left wing for a few minutes. Like, it's all well and good for me to predict that Riqui Puig is going to be in my matchday squad in my starting lineup, but he ain't going to be the starting lineup in real life. And I'd rather him go out on loan for 6 months at a proper team with a proper manager than just sit on the bench and play maybe left wing 1 or 2 games. It's just not fair on the kid. I think that I love the fact that his ambition and his love for the club is, second to none. The way that he celebrated that Griezmann goal, we were up 4-0, the game was done, and he celebrated like it was a 90th-minute winner. That's a very unique player, guys. He has so much love for the club. It's ridiculous. This man is willing to sit on the bench for the whole season just to wait for Xavi to be manager so he can play. I would advise him to go out alone if he's not going to get any minutes. I think if he doesn't play against Osasuna this weekend, it's going to be a big, big indicator for him not getting any minutes this season. I don't know why Koeman doesn't fancy him. I don't know why Valerie didn't fancy him. Quique Setién gave him a lot of playing times. I'll give him Quique Setién credit, but he did, injuries did help him. But I think Riqui Puig should take this offer, especially from Leeds. I think the two clubs that he should be going to are either Leeds or Ajax. Those are the two clubs that I would send Riqui on loan to. Wouldn't send him on loan to like a La Liga team. I think abroad, different culture, but under the same philosophy of football would be absolutely brilliant. So if this story is real and there's a possibility of that, I would do it for Riqui Puig, but I don't know if he's going to do it or not. I think he has more ambition to stay at the club, but we'll see what happens. Just some updates around the Barcelona news around the club. Firstly, coming from On The Theater from Alfredo Martinez saying that Joan Laporta will present his candidacy on Monday, the 30th of November at 11 a.m., and Emil Rosell will be doing it tomorrow. So Emil Rosell, he was a former Barcelona board member, so he ain't no way he's going to be winning the election. And the big move is, of course, Joan Laporta. He is the leading candidate to win this election. It's between him and Font. I've said this numerous amount of time. I think right now Laporta is clear ahead of Font. Font needs to make some big moves in order to get election. Like I said before, all the real socios really just want to get Laporta because they know he's done it. They know that he can, rejuvenate the club. So that's going to be big. It's going to be a battle, and I'm interested to see who wins it. Next news is some leaked images of the Barcelona Away Kit for next season, and it looks like we're going to be going with purple. So prepare for that. It looks like it's going to be purple and gold. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Personally, we've never had a purple kit. I don't know. Hopefully it just looks good. If it looks good, I'll take it. If it doesn't, then we'll obviously all gonna complain just like we did with the pink kit. And also the FIFA Best Award announced their nominees for the best player and best goalkeeper. And the only Barcelona player that make the best players is, of course, Messi alongside Thiago, Ronaldo, De Bruyne, Lewandowski, Mane, Mbappe, Messi, Neymar, Ramos, Salah, and Van Dijk. Pretty crap list. Lewandowski will probably win it, even though Messi is probably the best player. But they always give it to whoever wins the Champions League, How many trophies did you win? You won 3? Okay, we'll give it to you because you're probably the best because you won 3. And also for the FIFA Best Goalkeeper, Marc-Andre ter Stegen was also nominated. The nominees were Alisson, Courtois, Navas, Neuer, Oblak, and ter Stegen. Obviously, on that list, ter Stegen is the best, but again, they'll probably give it to Neuer because he won all the trophies. So that's what's going to happen with that. So at least they're nominated to get. So that means they get some recognition for what they do on the pitch. Final thing I want to talk about is, of course, the passing of Diego Maradona yesterday. It was quite the sad thing to hear. I woke up in the morning, doing my schoolwork, and then there were reports coming out from Argentina that Diego Maradona had died. There was nothing concrete. It was, sometimes you see this when someone says, oh, someone dies, and they just tweet out, like, yo, I'm fine, and just had, a little bit of heart issues. So I thought it was one of that, and then I just see Fabrizio Romano tweeted. I was like, no way. Then he added the account that he got the source from, and it was the official Argentina FA, and they tweeted that, yeah, Maradona died of a heart attack. It's just unbelievably sad to hear. Maradona's, of course, one of the icons of this game. Easily top 3 greatest ever players to play the game. It's just so sad to hear. Like, these type of deaths have really been affecting me, I live in Canada, so I watch a lot of basketball. And, when Kobe Bryant died, it really hit me too. Because, he was an icon. But this one hit more because this is the closest to the sport that I love. And we all know, of course, we know that Diego Maradona played a few seasons with Barcelona, but his best times were, of course, at Napoli and with Argentina winning the World Cup. And, of course, gave us that hand of God moment. And, of course, scored one of the best goals in football ever when he ran around the whole team against England in the semifinals and scored that goal that Messi duplicated against Getafe. And it's so sad to see. It's so sad. And it's so sad to hear about his passing, man. It really, really hurts. May he rest in peace. Hopefully the Cubs will do something very good for him this weekend. Moment of silence, armbands. Now I'm hoping that Messi scores against Osasuna to see how he dedicates his goal to Maradona. It's going to be sad to see as long as the clubs... I know that the Champions League did this some sort of 1 minute silence yesterday, but I want them to do more because, Maradona's an absolute legend. The Napoli stadium, the San Paolo, who Napoli and Rome share, took them only 24 hours and they already changed the name to Diego Maradona Stadium. So it's no longer called the San Paolo, it's called the Diego Maradona Stadium. Beautiful touch from Napoli. Of course, he's the greatest Napoli player ever to play. That was inevitable that they do that. And it really, really hurts, man. Like, it's just... just another icon gone. And it's sad to know that because we know that Pele's coming to his time too. If you saw Pele's tweet, he said that, oh, I can't wait to play football with you in the sky. And Pele's in like his 80s and 90s. And Maradona's only 60, man. Only 60. He's almost the same age as my dad. He was young, and this is what happens when you do drugs. It affects you in your life. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, guys. Don't do it. It's not worth your time. Look at what Maradona could have done in his career. He was coaching. He was going to be, doing TV, talking about analyzing games. Talk about, do interviews about who he thinks are the best players, best teams, his best moments in football. Now we won't know that. May he rest in peace, man. I hope the clubs do something good for him this weekend in these weekend matches. Moment of silence, armbands, dedication to goal dedications. That's what I want to see for this legend. There you go. May you rest in peace, my friend. So that's my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know your comments down below on the Barcelona news. And of course, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.